Imagine the game you love on the brink of a massive shakeup. A powerhouse new league, backed by endless resources, is gearing up to launch, promising fortunes and first-class treatment that could pull the brightest stars away from the established scene. And right now, with one of the sport's rising icons sidelined by a brutal string of injuries, everything feels more fragile than ever. This isn't just about money, it's about respect, protection, and the future of women's basketball hanging in the balance. Word is spreading fast about this ambitious international circuit, set to tip off soon with deep pockets from overseas investors. Picture a setup that rivals the biggest disruptions in other sports, like those golf tours that flipped the script overnight. We're talking luxurious travel, top-tier venues, and deals that could hit 8 figures for a single season. It's landing at the worst possible moment for the current league, bogged down in tense contract talks and reeling from leadership. Missteps that have left fans furious and players questioning their loyalty. The star who's been lighting up crowds everywhere just wrapped her season early after a tough run of setbacks, a thigh strain on one side, groin pull on the other, capped off with a nagging ankle issue that forced her out. Arenas that were buzzing with energy suddenly feel empty without her. The silence from those in charge only amplified the distrust, making everyone wonder if the powers that be are truly prioritizing the athletes who make it all possible. This new venture, let's call it the Breakthrough Project, has been brewing for years. Backed by tech giants and sports visionaries, it's starting small but aiming huge. A handful of elite teams playing in high-stakes tournaments scattered across continents. They've brought on board former pros who know the grind inside out to shape it right. The goal: create a premium experience where players fly private, train in world-class spots, and pocket paychecks that reflect their true worth all during the off-season, at least on paper. But here's the twist. Why stick with a system that's still haggling over basics, like decent flights and fair shares, when this alternative dangles life-changing sums and zero drama? The timing screams opportunity, with negotiations dragging and frustrations boiling over. Leaders are preaching patience and growth, but actions speak louder, and right now, they're whispering excuses while competitors are shouting offers. We've watched this playbook unfold in other arenas. When big money floods in, it doesn't ask permission. It reshapes the landscape. Golf tours lured top talent with unbeatable perks, forcing the old guard to scramble. Soccer stars chased mega contracts that elevated the entire game. The pattern is clear. Invest heavily in the athletes, stage epic events, and watch the prestige follow. Ignore profits at first, build loyalty through luxury, and dominate long-term. Apply that here, and it's a game-changer for women's hoops. While one side battles for better TV slots and scraps over budgets, this new force is crafting spectacles that rival global championships, week after week. No endless meetings to approve simple upgrades, they just make it happen. Leaders talk about a bright tomorrow, but tomorrow's already being built elsewhere. With arenas booked and wires transferring funds that dwarf current salaries, the gap in pay is glaring. Most players scrape by on figures that don't match their impact. They're filling seats, boosting viewership, shouldering promotions, yet the rewards lag far behind. Sure, there's talk of expansion and fresh investments, but when it doesn't trickle down to the court, doubts creep in. Now contrast that with offers multiplying earnings tenfold, covering homes, families, legacies. It's not greed, it's security, validation, the kind that says your talent is priceless. This isn't a flaw in the math, it's a failure at the top. If you cherish your stars, you shield them, elevate them, compensate them like the heart of the operation. Skimp on that, and outsiders with deeper reserves step in to fill the void. It's the market at work, correcting imbalances. And as contract battles intensify, players demand real cuts of the pie, upgraded travel, facilities that match the pros. Instead, they get optimism without overhaul, confidence without change. If this story touches your heart, please share it. Then came the injury nightmare that laid it all bare. Limited games, mounting pains, and a shutdown that hit like a gut punch. She shared the news herself, pouring out gratitude mixed with raw disappointment, wishing for a stronger finish that never came. The delay in updates fueled outrage. Fans, who'd turned out in droves, felt strung along. Insiders whispered the truth was known sooner, all to keep the hype alive. Her stats screamed potential: solid scoring, playmaking, wizardry, rebounding, grit in those short outings. But the toll of relentless contact, unchecked by officials, wore her down fast. Questions swirl. Was she overexposed too soon? Every spotlight trained on her, yet protection fell short when plays turned rough. If the setup can't safeguard its biggest draw, the one fueling the surge in interest, why gamble on it when a rival promises elite care and astronomical rewards? Even higher-ups from the men's side are jumping in, not out of pure drive, but damage control. Their stake is huge. A superior alternative doesn't just sting, it undermines the whole brand. They're forging ties overseas, flashing partnerships to soften the blow, but it's reactive, not revolutionary. If commitment ran deep, basics wouldn't still be up for debate. You fortify your foundation before threats arrive, not after. Speeches on progress ring hollow when athletes nurse aches and fans track recoveries like breaking news. The bluff is being called. Resources elsewhere mean no more, settling for less. It's beyond cash, though the cash is transformative. It's dignity, reliable charters, balanced calendars, expert support, a system that backs its words, transparency on health, not vague refs enforcing fair play, not overlooking aggression. The new option sells fewer contests, fatter wallets, superior wellness, a jet-set circuit that skyrockets profiles. The old way counters with promises of improvement. That's not competition, it's concession. Loyalty has limits without mutual respect. Careers are fleeting. You chase environments that nurture them. Leaders can tout dreams, but talent follows tangibles, structure, stability, earnings. If those shine brighter abroad, shifts happen swiftly. Empowerment isn't rhetoric. It's reflected in resources allocated to those powering the show. Her sidelined year didn't just close, a chapter exposed cracks wide open. Crowds thinned, buzz faded, the supposed breakthrough era turned cautionary tale. The delay in clarity bred suspicion that rippled everywhere. Pundits debate, pushed beyond limits, marketed relentlessly, yet undefended. Mismanagement and internal tensions dominate discussions, handing rivals an easy sell. Join us for security, spotlight, compensation that honors your shine. When your cornerstone crumbles under strain, and responses lean on deflection over ownership, the structure teeters. This isn't theft, it's self-inflicted erosion through stalled trust and talent retention. For years, sacrifices were pitched as investments in tomorrow. Tomorrow's here, but the payoffs absent. Then a phenom gets battered. Update slag that's systemic, not isolated. This emerging force mirrors what's possible. Prioritize players, and transformation accelerates. To hold on to elite talent, step up equitable splits, athlete-centric ops, stringent health protocols, premium logistics, genuine oversight. Otherwise, the allure of safer, wealthier, vaster horizons wins out. So, the pivotal choice looms. Answered not in statements but in commitments. Will you invest and insulate like your stars define the enterprise? Embrace it urgently, or watch the elite explore options that already embody it. Because when visionaries spot openings and incumbents offer alibis, the sport doesn't stall, it evolves elsewhere. If you're that standout, eyeing recovery amid offers of unparalleled backing and $50 million, the path forward clarifies. If this resonates, hit like, subscribe for more insights, and share to spark the conversation. The game's future depends on it.